More details are being released about the arrest of a federal judge from Alabama.
He's a high-profile judge now accused of being on the other side of the law. District Judge Albert Pat Murdoch was arrested yesterday, charged with raping a prostitute.
So what we're going to do today in this case is, if they refuse to produce their oath, we're going to attempt to create a grand jury of indictment and indict the judges for treason and arrest them.
Facing a judge herself for driving under the influence. But Broward County Judge Giselle Pollock surprised many when she admitted her guilt to the courtroom.
I accept the consequences of all my actions, Your Honor, and I plead guilty because I am guilty.
I was riding along through the drizzling rain on a deserted street of the county Tulane when I came upon a wreck on the highway.
County judge who was charged with DUI after slamming her car into a BSO cruiser.
How a judge would be in violation of his oath of office.
I am the judge of the law.
Stunning story out of Pennsylvania, where the Supreme Court there has just thrown out thousands and thousands of juvenile convictions issued by a judge who's been caught up in a corruption scandal. His name is Judge Mark Ciavarella, and he has now admitted to accepting millions of dollars in kickbacks.
At 11, a retired judge and school board member is charged with sex trafficking. We are told that Timothy Nolan's alleged victim is a minor.
But according to court papers, the 70-year-old knowingly induced, assisted, or caused a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity. The alleged crimes happened in the summer of 2016. During that same time period, between July and August, Nolan is accused of giving a minor alcohol. He's currently a member of the Campbell County School Board.
They've infested this beautiful planet Earth, and they're a parasite.
Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living.
The Constitution is suspended in this courtroom for that purpose. And the Constitution is suspended. And the Constitution is suspended in this courtroom.
There's a twist in a 6-year court battle stemming from a divorce, and it is sparking outrage this morning. A Michigan judge is holding 3 kids in contempt of court after they refused to spend time with their father. The children, including one teenager, are now in a juvenile detention facility. The judge stated, quote, "When you can follow the court's direct order and have a normal, healthy relationship with your father, I would review this." She added, "You are so mentally messed up right now, and it's not because of your father."
Gorsica made national news when she threatened 3 young children with juvie when they refused to spend time with their father. Gorsica says she was frustrated by the years-long case, but the Judicial Tenure Commission says it was abuse of power.
You know what the reality is? Abuse of power translates into judicial misconduct.
Well, Donna, Judge Robin Free from 18th JDC Judicial District Court, that is, has been suspended without pay for the next 30 days. Judge Free covers West Baton Rouge, Iberville, and Point Capee parishes. Now, this all goes back to a 2009 lawsuit where the Louisiana Supreme Court says Judge Free should have recused himself from the case, but did not. Then in a 2010 case, the Louisiana Supreme Court says that judge took a free trip from a lawyer whose client won a $1.2 million suit in Judge Free's court, not to mention that that lawyer tried other cases in Judge Free's courtroom. The Louisiana Supreme Court handed down their opinion today, saying Judge Free violated several counts, including showing bias instead of integrity like a judge is expected to do so.
Well, a judge accused of misconduct on the bench is now off a disputed case, and criminal charges could be filed.
Campbell County Sessions Court Judge Amanda Sammons is at the center of a growing controversy, accused of overstepping her authority by attorneys and even another judge.
One woman has been appealing what she calls unfair treatment by Judge Sammons, saying her charges were illegally changed.
Sessions Judge Amanda Sammons facing 4 counts of official misconduct after investigators say she intentionally tried to harm 3 women. The TBI has been looking into rulings Sammons made during September of 2014 to January of last year. Investigators developing information Sammons exceeded her official power as a General Sessions Court judge.
This is a copy of the 15-page indictment against Judge Amanda Sammons. Now, it outlines her charges as well as her interim suspension. After the arraignment today, I went up to her attorney and asked if he would give an interview or a statement, but he declined both.
Amanda Sammons ran for office in 2014, calling herself a blue-eyed assassin with a low tolerance for foolishness. Since then, she's presided over many cases in Sessions Court, but today she was the subject of a court proceeding, specifically her conduct in the case of Krista Smith.
The issue before this court is whether or not the General Sessions Court should be recused from the case.
Officers pulled Smith over in January because her children were not wearing seatbelts. She was arrested and charged with child endangerment.
In a criminal courtroom, Judge Amanda Sammons clasped her hands. She's facing 4 Class E felony charges of official misconduct.
And will your client enter a plea at this time?
She will, Your Honor.
And what is that?
That plea is not guilty to all charges.
The indictment speaks for itself. I don't really want to comment beyond that. Judge Sammons is entitled to a fair trial, so I don't want to do anything that would prejudice her.
It will be a jury trial set to begin November 1st.
What we've presented is what we've investigated. I'll just leave it at that.
Our judicial process, it is not the judge's role to decide what a charge should be, whether a charge is sufficient.
Because of that, Smith's attorneys asked for Sammons to remove herself from the case. She refused, but today, criminal court judge Shane Sexton ruled that she must, noting the district attorney's conference had asked for an independent investigation of Sammons into possible criminal conduct.
Months ago, Judge Sammons was ruling on Scarlett the puppy's case, found at death's door with a severe case of mange.
Scarlett did not receive justice from Judge Sammons.
At the time, Scarlett's owners were facing animal cruelty charges, but those were dismissed. Judge Sammons deciding there wasn't probable cause.
I was shocked, actually, because to me, as a layperson, it seemed like a very cut and dry case.
In the meantime, Sammons can't preside over a court, issue warrants, or any other judicial until the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct says otherwise.
And we are told by the District Attorney General a Class E felony for someone with no record is 1 to 2 years in jail, though the total range is dependent on criminal history.
Mayor, Joey Crossing Road at 475.
And I want my copy. I want my copy right now. No, I want my copy of it filed with the file date on it. That's okay. You're going to get reported to the Judicial Commission. You cannot be doing this to people. We'll see how long you remain the judge. Can I borrow a pen real quick? Thank you. It's okay. I'm going to file that. Here's your pen. Excuse me. Is there a problem? Does the judge need to read it before it's filed? Because I thought you guys have to file, no matter what.
No, you have to file it.
Last time I filed the recusal on my behalf.
I'm filing it right now.
No, you're gonna file it when you go to trial. So
No, we can file it right now.
Are you gonna plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay, so when we have a court right now, you can file your not guilty. When we go to trial, they're gonna want trial by judge or jury.
Judge.
Okay, when we go to trial, that's when you present this. And then I decide if you have reasonable cause for that.
I don't believe you.
You don't have to, it's the law. Look it up.
I called another county and I called their municipal courts.
City of Raymondville.
It doesn't matter, you function under the same rules. The municipal court. I understand that you guys can't refuse to file something.
I'm not refusing it. The day of your trial.
Okay, so can we file it now?
No, you're gonna have to file it when we go to trial.
So you're telling me that I cannot file it right now? What was that?
At your trial, you can.
I know, but I want to file it now, so you're denying me.
I'm not denying it.
Oh, can we file it then?
At your day of trial.
I want to file it right now.
At your day of your trial, you can.
So you're refusing to
At your day of your trial, you can submit your recusal.
Oh, I know I can, but I want to right now.
No, at your day of your trial, you can file it.
Okay. So you are refusing to allow me to file. So then why aren't you filing it?
Because today is only your plea.
I can still file this. I've already been named a defendant.
That's fine.
So that means
At your trial, do you understand?
under this civil process. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So then please file it.
Judge Jerry Collins was put in the hot seat for jailing a domestic violence victim.
Courthouse corruption. A former Bexar County District Court judge and a former attorney are both sentenced to federal prison for their roles in a bribery scandal that rocked the local justice system.
Almost a year ago to the day, Judge Angus McGinty stood on the steps of the federal courthouse and said, "I am not guilty." Today, that defiant tone was gone, and he apologized for betraying the public's trust.
Attorney Al Acevedo pled guilty in March to bribery charges. He offered automotive repairs to District Judge Angus McGinty in exchange for favorable judicial consideration for two of his clients.
Former Judge Angus McGinty visibly shaken after being sentenced to 2 years in federal prison for accepting bribes.
It was very tough.
In a plea deal, he admitted to allowing a local attorney to repair his two Mercedes in exchange for favorable rulings. McGinty told the judge today he's been living in hell and he deserves it.
What we're enduring is nothing compared to what other families endure. We'll be fine.
McGinty will turn himself into a federal prison later this year. So will former attorney Albert Acevedo Jr., who will spend a year and a day behind bars for offering the bribes. Acevedo declined to speak to us on camera after tearfully apologizing in court, saying he deserved his sentence.
Judge Rodriguez said that based on the documents he's read, Bexar County courthouse corruption doesn't end with this case, something to which McGinty's lawyer took exception.
There's no bribery, there's no dishonesty, there's a lack of understanding on what happens over there sometimes and the volume that the state handles versus the volume the feds handle.
The federal judge who handed down the sentences said something very interesting in court. He said, quote, "I am of the opinion that this does not stop here."